Hello, welcome to the When I Have Spare Time podcast. My name is Frank, and I'm wearing a bucket hat, and I'm very excited about it. Um, so the governor of Vermont, I think this is hilarious. His name is Phil Scott. Um, he, I don't know if this is like final, but anyway, he announced a policy. I mean, like I don't know if the policy has taken effect, but he announced a policy that that sorry, he announced a policy about the availability of the vaccine. And so basically, I'm going to cut through all the bullshit and not list all the rules, but it's basically for everyone except for white people. So if you are, and he listed people, like a person of color, a person of this, a person of that. Basically, he listed every single type of person there is except for a white person. So if you're white, you can't get the vaccine. The oh and the reason why it's so people of it's so minorities have a quote unquote fair chance of getting it. This makes no sense. But anyway, I just think it's great how when people get so woke that they're trying to quote unquote fix racism, they actually become racist. Like this is the most racist thing I've ever heard of. The vaccine should just be made to anyone who wants to take it. I mean, I'm not going to take it because I don't need to take it. I'm the cure is being in shape. I'm in shape. So but anyway, but I should have the right to get the vaccine, and it should not be based on my race. There's this thing called the 14th Amendment. I don't know. So a person's race should have nothing to do with whether they have access to anything. You know, like okay, I understand maybe like there's a like a Civil War club, and they only like reenact um, Civil War battles where like the South won, and like they probably only want white people in that. Like I get that, like that's different. But I'm talking about like a government thing. Like anything facilitated by the government should be available to every citizen. And they're even in this policy, non-citizens like whatever illegals, refugees, whatever. I didn't know Vermont had a large illegal immigrant or refugee population, but apparently they have some there. They're eligible before white people. Basically, it's just an anti-white policy. Like if this is allowed, this country is going. I mean, this country is already going backwards. But like, how much more? Like, how many more steps back do we need to take? We need to stop classifying people by race. You're an American. I think, well, that's like a nationality. Yeah, we need to just consider everyone who's a citizen, obviously, an American. It doesn't matter if you're a blank American or this American or that kind of American or a attack helicopter American. You're just American. Every American should be affected by, health laws. I mean, I don't know. Like, is there a law that says? I'm assuming there's a law that like everyone is allowed medical attention. Medical. I can't. Once again, I've had several concussions playing hockey, but everyone should be allowed access to medical facilities. The race should not matter. I mean, this isn't like I don't know the segregation era where there is a white only fountain, or a white only doctor. This makes no sense. Like replace, like turn it around. Like this medication is only allowed for men. You'd be like, what? This medication is only allowed for so I don't know why it's acceptable. Well, I'm assuming it's not acceptable. I'm assuming there's going to be some major backlash and they're going to put it into this. But I mean, insert every type of group you want to label people as, and if it sounds bad, it usually is bad. But for some reason, people accept it when it's like anti-white, which makes no sense. I don't know why. Like, racism is racism. I mean, that's if you are against racism. Notice I haven't said I'm against racism, but I'm just calling it out. Because the same people who are okay with this are the same people who are calling it everyone a Yahtzee, everyone alt-right. They're calling everyone else a racist, but yet you're doing something racist right now. You know? So, like, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. If you're, like, anti-racist, if you're not racist, then you can't support racist policies. You know? Gotta call you out on your bullshit, and this governor should be recalled immediately. You can't make a racist policy like this. I mean, like, you might as well bring back segregation. If you're okay with this, then, like, you're okay with a lot of things. You know? And did he really even think about this? I mean, if he did, he didn't think of it all the way through. Like, he is going nowhere fast. Yeah, I have this new policy where white people don't aren't allowed access to the vaccine. Can you believe that? What the hell's going on with this world? Like, if I get any updates on it, I'll contact you guys. Okay? You check back here. Peace.